Hoo-hoo! All right, what have we got? Make sure I'm not blowing anything up here. Hell yeah, dudes. Hey, look at that. Now, we've gone through this one and this one a little bit, but we have not gone through this. So that's the ADA MP1. We're going to check this thing out, see how it plays through this Mesa Stereo 250 power amp. We're going to go through my JSX cab, which has the V30s and the XXX speakers in cross pattern, SM57 and MD421. And we are going to use a super overdrive just to play with through a donor noise gate. Let's do it. All right, so we've got a cool one today with this ADA MP1. Now, I did just get this maybe about 2 weeks ago. I did have to fix it up a little bit. Went through, cleaned it up, had some issues on the inside of it. The dude that I got this from, he gave me an awesome deal on it because it was not working at all. So I had to go in and fix it up a little bit. And man, when I got this fixed up, it is a killer preamp. You know, I have this PV Rockmaster in the Angle 530, and I have the Laney IRT, which I replaced this Mesa Stereo 250 power amp for, because I wanted a, you know, a louder power amp so I could go through some big cabs and just see how everything sounds loud and stuff. And man, this thing does not disappoint. I have to say, it doesn't have the girth that I was hoping from like a Mesa power amp, but it does great. So what we're going to do is we're going to go through this ADA MP1 and see if it's, you know, like it stands up to 2025. And I think we all know that it will. But we'll go ahead and try it DMD style. The thing that you heard at the very beginning of this video was something that I dialed in on this one. And I only dialed in one preset. I mean, that's the kind of guy I am. I only need one kind of sound, and that's kind of what I came up with for one. For the rest of it is the stock stuff. And we'll just go through it and just kind of see what it can do, you know? So just to hear my little version again, I'm gonna turn off the SD1. So the SD1 was on the intro thing. So here's what it sounds like without the SD1. Sick. I mean, that sounds pretty awesome, man. Especially, you know, we got a full tube situation going here. The ADA MP1 is a you know, has two preamp tubes in it, and then the Mesa is a full-blown power tube amp. So it's got 606 GCs in it at the moment. How should we do this? You know, let's kind of riff on it and so a little bit more. That intro riff, I had to do something a little 80s, right? And man, it sounds awesome for that kind of stuff. I'll go ahead and show you the range that this thing has. So I'm gonna go ahead, go into edit. All right, so there's 2 overdrives, and I'm guessing that it controls each of the preamp tubes, and you can dial it in per tube. So right now I got that at 7.5, right? Let's go down. Let's go down to 3, all right? Let's see what it sounds like now. And I do think that each one of these has its own characteristic. I haven't really quite figured out exactly what it's doing, but if I go over to the second one, and let's take that down to 3, okay? That's a pretty good crunch tone, right? Tell you what, we'll go all the way down. Let's see what that does. Oh yeah, it's way down. So let's go all the way up with the first one, right? Okay. So I did lose volume, so I'm going to bring it up just a tad. All right, that's cool. So we'll do the same thing with the other one just to see what that sounds like. Over here, go to 2, go all the way up there. Oh, I'm getting a little noise there, huh? Interesting. Oh, I gotta wait for this helicopter to go by. Y'all can hear that? This is right beside an Air Force base too, so. Okay, so that's totally different. Let's start dialing in. So that's all the way up. Let's start dialing in this other one here. Let's go to 3 with that, right? Whoa! Bring volume down. Okay, here we go. I wonder if it's just some diodes that are activating on the second overdrive here. And then the first one is pushing the tubes. Maybe wrong, maybe right, I don't know. That's what I'm kind of picking up from it. But that's pretty saturated as is. You know, let's go up to 5. See what that sounds like. I mean, that's metal territory right there. But at this point, I'd like to clean it up. You know, the saturation's there, so let's go to 7. Still has the chunk. I mean, that's killer. It does not need an overdrive to my ears. Okay, so let's actually do halfway with this. All right, and then we'll do halfway with the first one, which it's already there. Okay. Yeah, so 5, 5. that sounds sick. I'm very impressed with this thing. And, you know, for like, I always saw the digital front end. I was like, oh hell no, that's gonna sound like crap. But this is a straight up preamp tube like situation that I'm very impressed with. It stands up to these other ones, the PV Rockmaster and Angle 530. Y'all know how much I love those. Tell you what, we'll go ahead and boost a SD1. See what that sounds like. Oh man, that's killer. I mean, that's just a lot of fun to play. Not to say that we need that. What do I want from this? Probably like, I'm turning the distortion down, all the way down right now. See what that sounds like. It's a little more natural sounding now. I mean, that's sick, dude. All right, let's go ahead and mess with the bass is already up. You know, it's a pretty thin sounding preamp to me. But let's go all the way down. So it goes negative. So 16 on each side. Radio. Is this on? Yeah. So let's turn that off so we don't cut any bass. And let's keep on. That's where I had it before. And then cutting it with the SD1. And let's go all the way up. Yeah, that's a little too much. But it's really cool that it has that range, you know? It's crazy how, this is kind of weird, you know, jumping between, what is it, 4? Yeah. And then 2, 2, 3, 4, and 4. I don't know. I don't know what the thought behind that is. It would have been cool if it was just like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it is what it is. All right, let's keep it at 12. We're going to turn off the SD1. Let's go to the mids. I do have the mids cut pretty low because this preamp has so much mids. So it's a really good like solo, like boost, put it in your front kind of sound. So let me show you. We are. And if you don't know what quacky means when YouTubers are talking about it, That is exactly what quacky means. Okay, let's go back down. 12 was the highest for that one. So I thought 4 sounded really good. Actually, 0 sounds really good. So there you go. Now let's go to treble. Yeah, about 9 is where I like it. And then the presence, which I have at 0. I think I did that because this preamp, or the power amp, actually has a presence knob on it, and I just kind of wanted that neutral so I could play with the preamp's presence. So and right there's where I kind of like that right there. 4. Let's see how high it goes. Oh, let's not do that. Yeah, 4 is good. Go to treble, bring that down a tad. See, now it just kind of loses its clarity. So it needs to be up 1. Maybe bring presence down 1. Okay, there you go. There's my dialed in tone, and to see the range of this. And now we're going to go through some of the stock presets, which everybody does, but I think it is important to do for each setup so you guys can hear what it sounds like through how I dialed something in, and what it sounds like through my setup, and what their defaults are. So let's do it. Let's go ahead and store that because I like it. 1. Okay, cool. All right, so let's go 2. See what that sounds like. Three. Tons of gain there. And chorus. Sounds like they put a little bit of chorus on that. You can turn these up. I don't know why anyone would use that. Neck pickup. That's cool. Let's go to 7. Neck pickup. That's pretty cool. Sounds like something Metallica would use back in the day. Let's go to 8. Ah. that sounds like a tremo with the trim verb. Is that what it is? 9. Oh, okay, that's cool. So I know that there's 29 presets to this thing, so I'm gonna try to go through these a little quicker. Okay, crunch. Whoa. That's like super mid-scooped. Let's see, what was it? Oh man, I can't remember it. I know the first one was like, then I can't remember. Next. Okay. Whoa. You know, I wonder, because I'm going through a power amp that's all tube, and back in the day, I think when these came out, I think the MOSFETs were a big thing, and I wonder if these were dialed in using a MOSFET. I've never had a MOSFET myself, so I'd be curious to see if these defaults sound better with a MOSFET amp, because they just sound like a zoom through this, personally. Let's see. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's really thick sounding. I like that. That's probably the best clean that out of this that I've heard so far. That sounds really good. I like that. That is cool. I like that one. That's some Telecaster vibes there. Don't ask me to play any. There's a helicopter again. Y'all know what what that's from? I won't tell you. Okay. And the last one. Okay, whatever. Let's go back to mine, my preset, and just kind of wrap it up, right? So I need to do bank, that one, and then hit 1. All right, cool. Yeah, that sounds awesome. Probably add a little presence. Then add my SD1. There we go. What'd you guys think of this thing? I think it's it can definitely do the metal. And adding an SD1 to it, it still has that 80s feel to it, but I really like it. Compared to the Rockmaster and Inglots, I definitely would still pick those guys over the ADA MP1. There is a little something about it that I personally don't like. And I know there's a whole bunch of mods, there's a whole community of doing mods on the Sky. But I was thinking about doing that, but I don't think I will do that because there are so many that were modded. And not sure that this one is modded, but it sounds good as is. So I'm gonna leave it. Anyways, hopefully I can get around to doing a comparison between these preamps as well. And hope you guys like the video. Go ahead and like and subscribe because I want more people to see this stuff. You know, I want to do more for you guys and show you guys cool stuff and come along with the journey. Anyways, DMD out.